Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sun. This is the vibe today. There is chocolate spread all over this because I was standing outside with my cocoa this morning, cacao. Oh, what a day. It has been chaotic to say the least. So we're here. We're here through it all, continually deepening our presence, allowing ourselves to feel what is present, what gifts are available to us today. Thank you for being here, liking, commenting, sharing your energy. I so much appreciate it. And today is a super intense day, so let's get into it. We're going to start with and focus on clearing energies to really work with the full moon. But really it is an underworld journey with Venus falling in the sky, and the sun just moved into Pisces with tropical astrology. So really, wow, intense underworld vibes. This is the dark feminine shadow, the forgotten self, the unintegrated parts of ourselves that were lost or forgotten, I guess, more in past experiences, in previous lifetimes as well. So we are opening ourselves to remembering by opening our light, the light of our hearts that we have been cultivating, inviting this energy into everything that we are doing at this time, and giving ourselves such deep compassion and deep breathing. Today, the energy is read. I want to ask some questions for some support with Venus, and there was an Aphrodite temple found recently, so she's really calling to me as well. So these are the energies that we are tapping into. They are really the most loving frequencies. They're often referred to as 5D. And with the underworld, they do have a specific reference because the underworld is an inner journey. It's a process of looking inward. And through that inward journey, we have a sort of portal that opens. And the earth is the same in reflection to this. In the center of the earth is a portal to open us into Venus. This is the parallel dimension, yes? Another reality that is always here with us, and we are able to simultaneously live and walk these paths. And Venus does this as well with these energies of Persephone and Lilith, where the goddess goes into darkness. She goes into a hibernation period, a cocoon phase, and there is a rage and a purifying that happens in this space, and sometimes also a deep quest. We might be looking for something in the shadows that we had forgotten at some point. So it's really beautiful, and we are carried by the angel's wings through it. We are safe, and we know that we are safe because we are constantly filling our bodies with light, and we are being very intentional about what we are ingesting in forms of media and food and our own minds as well. Okay, so let's look at Venus first with the Rose Oracle, welcoming the Divine Feminine frequency to offer us guidance and grace as we move through this purifying transformation. Temple of the Rose, ancient power, expression, activation, scarlet codes. Yeah, so the rose temple is the inner spiral. The rose is the symbol of this. Also, we have the 5-petaled wild rose, which is also the 5 petals of Venus, is the spiral of the sacred geometry. The inward cycle, outward cycle, inward cycle. We go through these sorts of fluxes, and all of it is a sacred practice of directing this energy and learning how to utilize our power. The power, when we refer to power, to be specific, it's life force energy. It's our creative power. It's our womb space, our ability to bring life into the planet, to move energy through dimensions. And of course, there's masculine versions of this. So this temple is our selves, our connection, our oneness to cosmic reality. And that's what Venus is as well. It's a reminder that we are cosmic beings, that we are accessing more than the physical. So the priestesses, we are the guides to support people in moving between realms, to integrate different versions of ourselves, different realities, and to do so in a graceful, peaceful, open-hearted way. Yes. So at this specific time, we are closing out a massive cycle. Let's look at what that is. Let's pull out the tarot. Especially the energies of the so-called dark goddesses, Kali, Lilith, yes, Eve even. We are Hecate, who also we found a temple, I just found out recently. So, you know, these goddesses are really speaking to us, and Aphrodite does have a rage to her for sure. So let's look at what is coming up for the feminine. We have the Hierophant upright right there, right underneath my chair. And then on the bottom of the deck, see, it's all balancing out. I just realized that this altar is a treasure chest. And she does have the Holy Grail on there, I would call that. And also 2 rings. And she is the moon goddess, which is the dark goddess. The moon goddess, oh gosh, there's so much there. Yes. So we can see this image from the oldest versions, depictions of divine that we have as humans. The clay statues from the Sumerians, I believe. Comment if I'm incorrect about that. Let's look that up. I believe it's Sumerians. So this goddess always had this crown of a crescent moon, and she was interpreted many times throughout history in many cultures, many parallels with this goddess. Lilith, for sure. And also the Virgin Mary. I know it's really quite shocking to put those two side by side, but they do both have this connection to the moon. So this version, the altar, and in tarot specifically, is a progression from the High Priestess, okay? We go Fool, we were there for sure. High Priestess, Magician, yeah, we've been there. Empress, Emperor, This is the next one. This is the progression. It's full abundance, full commitment. So the way that I feel this personally, and I was processing this a couple days ago, so it might be similar for you. I know I often process things a few days before the collective does, so I can be here with you. So let's go. It was like a dissolving of my sense of self, where now the channel is everything that I am and that I am connected to. I am constantly embodying and grounding this reality of my connection, of our connection into divinity. And so we are giving ourselves permission to believe that this is possible, that the daughter of man, that human, has capacity to have divine inspiration encoded in the DNA and the frequency and the vibration and every part of this experience that we call human life. Wow. And how are we feeling in this new reality as we are really stepping over this threshold? Queen of Swords, of course, been coming up a lot. We're so clear in our minds. We're so aware of the truth and centered in the reality of who we truly are. We know that our hearts are the center. We know that our wombs are the portals. And we know that our third eye is our ability to see. We connect all of these, and then we use our voice to speak, to express, to create, to put our reality of our inner world into the reality of the external world through creative process. It is such a joy to connect in this way, and collaboration is the main piece. Koshiya nakala iakasana. So just allowing the language of light to hit your heart center, to move through, and to really stir a new reality where you are so deeply connected with the natural flow of life in your heart center. Kosheya keyana, kwanaka, solea a. Okay, let's see what that was. It was very interesting. It felt really fiery. Yes, there. It is an activation with the heart, a sort of match to light the fire of the heart. Thank you so much. It really feels warm, like the hearth at the center of the home. And there's Rumi. I'll pull Rumi next. I free myself from critical thoughts towards my body and my worth. I see a dandelion, a force field, a shield of a force field. And I also see this piece of metal in the center of her back, so I'm very curious about that. But the freedom is very relevant. We are really freeing ourselves from our old realities. So that's how it feels, and that's what we can trust. We are opening ourselves to understand what true alignment feels like, and to really just let go of any other parts that are not clicking, right? Give it permission to go back to whatever feels the most aligned, and then you can have your sense of freedom. I said Rumi next. Well, I have Sacred Phoenix Heart 21 on the bottom, which 21 is the end in tarot, but in this one it's a reference to the flaming heart, our ability to go into transformation, to purge, to clear, to become a different version. An ego death, we can call that. I know it's a really beautiful poem. If you want to look that up, welcome to. Dance of the Divine Feminine, 42, in reverse. Another thing that happened to me recently, I went to a dance class, and afterwards I told the teacher it felt like therapy, and it was so effective. So just a quick reminder that our bodies are portals as well. So in connecting with our bodies and moving and touching our skin and, caring for our bodies impeccably and moving our bodies and being in the prime state that we can be is really such an honor to ourselves, to acknowledge the sacredness of who we are. Okay, now the goddess. Isis is another dark goddess. She has many parts, and some of them are dark, which is why she holds the sun, because she has light in the dark. She is our guide. Proper burial for freedom. Sacrifice to Osiris, Lord of the Dead. Yep. Sacrifice is a necessary part of transition. When we are changing states to become new versions, when we are performing magic, any sort of ritual, any sort of request or act needs to be done with intention in order for it to be fully aligned. And this requires us to offer. This is an act of humility. It's an act of devotion. It comes in many, many forms. I promote and talk about offering our menstrual blood to the earth. Very, very powerful way of offering. And the earth inevitably recycles whatever we offer. So when we offer it with intention and prayer, she returns that offering to us with a equal, balanced something to receive. Mm-hmm. The proper burial I've been aware that there's some source of crystal fragmentation that we experience, and it happens in our physical reality, in our minds, in our perception, but also in the actual physical earth with now gems from different parts of the earth moving and being kept and held by star seeds, and it's creating this new gridding throughout the planet. And sometimes we pass on these crystals, so a proper burial can refer to passing on something that's not for you anymore, to offer it to another person as well as a gift, to also offer it to the earth if you feel something really needs to be put to bed, to end, to close a cycle. To bury an object can really support in recycling that energy and allowing it to bring something fresh in return. When we are doing this underworld shadow work, I want to remind you it's very important to stay in your body. And it's also very important to only look for a little while and to come back to your focus on light regularly to remember your torch, okay? So let's look, Isis and Osiris, thank you so much. Allowing us to receive the energy of creation, the codes that we need at this time to fully transform ourselves into our new versions, but really at this time to nourish ourselves in the process of going into new spaces and sourcing life. By processing death. Kwesha. Kwesha no koe. Kwanaka kisolea. Kwanaka sole akanata yeseo ayakanaka so. Sianakai. Sina akaya. Sina akaye a kosea. Grief is welcome to release what is no longer yours. Goshe naka quickly moves through and flows back into light. A seed, a spark, a fire, a flame. Quisho no ea sala, no okosa, isala kanaka, isola a, isala a, kwenakaya sa, kwenakaya sa, kwenakaya sa. Kushola aya mpe a isalakaya asolakaya mpa 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 pa mtaya selakaya aso ayeso kiyasiyam kwanakare kwesala kwanasa. I also see mermaids, the water beings, the Lemurian, the land of Mu, our womb life. Grounding your energy back into the earth. Your body, your breath, your heart. Thank you so much for being here, for sharing your precious energy. If you have questions or thoughts, comments, if this resonated with you, please chat with me in the comment section. I would be so happy to. And if you would like support at this time, I do have a special on for personal readings. Check that out as well. A sisterhood. Oh, the sisters! We are beginning together in a few days. This is the last chance. And we are embodying these power centers and activating all of them to integrate our full empowered embodiment. Sending you so much love and gratitude this beautiful day. May your clearing be graceful. May your freedom be swift.